If you're like most Americans, you'll be celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow with a big dinner, turkey, the whole family around just eating way too much. It's also a day off from work. But it wasn't always that way, and it may not be that way much longer. Here with what everyone needs to know about Thanksgiving is Sherry O. Hey, thanks so much for joining us to talk a little bit more about this. Yeah, it's fun. It's a really nice, usually happy get-together. And we always think about the Pilgrims, how it got started, from the Mayflower and the Indians. They're all gathered around the table. Right. They didn't have coats on, in Massachusetts.
No one was looking at their cell phones.
Something was kind of left out of that, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is that it's a lovely story. We all love the holiday, but what we learned is very, very far from the truth. I mean, for starters, the Pilgrims were not the first to celebrate Thanksgiving. There were Spanish explorers right here in Florida, and even way, way before that, the Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, the Jews all celebrated Thanksgiving. The other thing, Roxanne, is it wasn't really about friendship. It was much more of a religious ceremony, thanking God for the safe harvest or safe passage from wherever they were going. And then the other thing is that to say that the early settlers and the Native American Indians got along is maybe they sat down for one meal, but the big history of that was not a pretty one. So it's not exactly accurate.
Not the same. Well, when did it become kind of Americanized and then become a holiday here?
Sure, it wasn't even really a holiday here until Abraham Lincoln declared it a holiday the last day of November in order to help unify the country after the Civil War. Franklin Roosevelt actually moved it back during the Depression, during the Depression because it was so close to Christmas and he wanted to give people more time to shop for money. That was for a few years, and people actually referred to it as Franksgiving then because they didn't really like it. But it was Roosevelt who actually declared Thanksgiving as the fourth Thursday of the month, which has really sort of stuck for us.
So fast forward a few years, traditions and things have changed.
Sure. Well, the parades, the presidential pardons, all of those things, volunteering, are all new inventions. One of the inventions during our lifetime, of course, is Black Friday. And a really interesting one is a frozen food company which invented TV dinners as a result of Thanksgiving because they overbought on frozen turkeys and didn't know what to do with them. So we can thank Thanksgiving for frozen dinners. But one of the trends we're seeing actually right now is sort of people moving around that day. Almost a third of Americans celebrate Thanksgiving on a different day or would consider celebrating it on a different day because flights are cheaper, it's easier to get time off, all kinds of reasons that really go to convenience. And retailers are actually starting to market to us. 75% of retailers are marketing to us before Thanksgiving now. So we'll see, modern touches on Thanksgiving.
I mean, some of our family, we travel before Christmas, before Thanksgiving because of we celebrate early or a little bit later because of just what you're saying.
Or separated families. You see them maybe celebrating with parents on Thanksgiving and then going to celebrate with extended family on the Friday after. So it's interesting, but it's changing.
It's sure. Well, the times change, don't they? They sure do. Well, happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Thank you. Fox 29 lifestyle expert Sherry O. Thanks for joining us.